Enes Kanter. He was getting his troll on before the Indiana Fever Chicago Sky game. And Enes Kanter, however you pronounce his name. I love what he's doing though, because basically he's calling the WNBA's bluff. He's saying, okay, if y'all really care about trans athletes like you claim you do, then let me play in the league. And he's cracking me up because he's becoming the GOAT troll. Like, he's a master troll now. I think it's hilarious. So he got into it with Natasha during the Fever game, and they kicked him out. But I was just looking at clips of him going to the game, and he had people in Chicago on the street talking to him, and a lot of people telling him he wasn't nothing in the league. And why you trying to play in the WNBA? Like, you wasn't nothing in the NBA. And I was wondering, like, why is he doing all this at first? Then I see other players coming out like, yeah, I want to play in the WNBA. I'm like, what are these guys doing? But then I started to see, like, oh, he's just calling their bluff. He's like, if that's what y'all say, I'm going to see how far I can take this thing. So he always seemed like an outspoken guy before all this, just seeing his tweets. You know, I remember him as a basketball player, but I don't remember him like that. Like, I was aware of him, and, you know, I remember him, you know, NBA 2K and stuff like that, seeing him on games, but I don't really know a lot about him. But I think it's hilarious what he's doing though. At the WNBA, he basically called their bluff, and they're like, no, we're not letting trans people play. But the climate we live in, he's using that to his advantage. You know, I just think it's hilarious. I respect what he's doing, because anybody who doesn't care what people say about him, and you're willing to call yourself a woman, I'm like, man, this dude is really committed. So it's just hilarious though. Natasha, all these Chicago Sky players, like whenever we play them, we always get into it with the Sky. I like the little rivalry we got. And Caitlin Clark had a big game. 8 3-pointers. 37 points, 10 assists, clowning. And we had some good media stuff to talk about. So that's what's up.
What happened tonight?
What happened tonight? Good question. So I was literally out there. I mean, I'm a huge fan of basketball, a huge fan of women's basketball, and I was there to watch the game, and I was really excited because I'm a huge fan of the Fevers. And so I was just literally just there to just watch the game. And then first half went amazing. I was having so much fun with my friends and stuff. And then it was towards the end of the third quarter, and Sophie Cunningham shot a three, and I put my hands up to celebrate, right? Literally a couple position later, Natasha came back and started screaming and yelling and said, she's not going to sleep with you. And I was like, I am not trying to sleep with her. I'm just here to protect women and support her. And then obviously after that, she started yapping and she started to walk towards me. And literally I just got up, and then I was like, I'm just here to protect women, and that's all, right? And then she started to yell. She started to use some very heavy language. She started to actually cuss. And I was very shocked that there were a lot of kids, and there were a lot of teenagers was at that game. And I just cannot believe that she was just cussing and using those F-bombs in front of all these kids. And that is not, I mean, I'm sure like she's loved in Chicago, and many kids and idolizing her and stuff, but that's not a WNBA athlete should react, you know? And then anyway, and then after that, the security guy, came, and then I was like, listen, you need to leave. I was like, can you please tell me why do I need to leave? They said, look, you just need to leave. And then they literally, I don't want to say they dragged me, but like they pretty much like pushed me to leave the gym. And then after that, I had a conversation with the police officers, which I respect a lot. I was like, listen, I was just there to protect women.